Hi, my name is Luca Parmitano and I'm an astronaut from the European Space Agency here on board the International Space Station at 400 kilometers of altitude and flying at 28,000 kilometers an hour around the Earth. My mission is close to the end now, and so I would like to take a couple of moments to share with you some of the most memorable things I've spent my time on during the last 6 months. One of the last experiments I've been performing here on the station is called Energy. And the idea is that scientists would like to know exactly how to feed people on future mission, such as a possible mission to the planet Mars, let's say. Imagine that an astronaut is flying to Mars and he goes hungry because he runs out of food. Well, that obviously is a critical situation that we want to avoid. So this experiment looks at the exact amount of energy that an astronaut needs during a space flight, and the way we can plan adequately so that we have the exact amount of food and not excessive, because that would take a lot of supplies. It's a very complex experiment, and many astronauts are involved in this experiment. I am just the last one to do it, but before me, ESA astronaut Andrei Kuipers also participated in this experiment. And now the scientists on the ground have an exact count of the amount of energy that Andrei and I have used during our space flight. Another rack that I've been involved with is called the Materials Science Lab. It's actually it's an oven that heats metal specifically up to 1,400 degrees before letting them cool again and solidify. And researchers will examine grow patterns and evolving microstructures as samples of metallic alloys crystallize. The results will complement computer simulations and help to produce more efficient aluminum alloys for the transport industry, for example. One of the things that I had to do as soon as I arrived here on the space station was to actually change one of the water pumps that maintain Columbus alive. The water pumps is very important because on the space station all the environment needs to be controlled. We have 2 pumps so that we have redundancy in case one fails. However, in that case, we were one step away from having to shut down an entire module. So when it arrived, my very first task was to install this new pump, and I had a lot of people on the ground. They had a plan for me, and they helped me troubleshooting all the different problems that we encountered, and then I was able to install the pump and restart it, and now Columbus is in very good health and ready to perform more science for the future. During my expedition, I was extremely lucky. In about 6 months, we had 3 visiting vehicles, 3 very different ones. One of them is ATV, the European Automatic Transport Vehicle, and it's a fantastic machine. It arrived 4 months ago, about a month after I arrived, and it did everything by itself. It arrived, it docked, and it brought an incredible amount of material supplies. And then recently we undocked it, and again it did everything on its own, went back. And it was really interesting for me, and really a pleasure working with Albert Einstein, which is the name of ATV4. At the same time, we also had HTV Kunotori 4, the Japanese vehicle. Karen, my crewmate, was there to grapple it with the arm. It was a fantastic success. The machine behaved beautifully, and I was there actually to send the command to say goodbye to HTV4. And then recently we had a pretty historic moment when the second of the commercial vehicle, Cygnus, which comes after Dragon, Cygnus arrived on the station, and I was the operator at the robotic arm to grapple it. For me, it was a fantastic experience. It was an incredible privilege and honor to be the person grappling for the first time Cygnus. Again, the machine behaved beautifully. It was very stable, and I was lucky enough to be able to grapple it and then release it a couple of weeks later after we emptied it of its content. one of the places that we like the best here on the space station, and I'm not talking only about myself but all astronauts, is certainly Cupola, our window on the Earth. It's beautiful for many reasons. It offers a 360 degrees view on our planet, which is a beautiful sight, incredibly humbling. But at the same time, it offers us the possibility to take pictures that otherwise we wouldn't be able to take. And we have the luxury of flying over the ocean and over land, covering most of the lands that are on our planet. We can take pictures of places that are really far away that we would never see otherwise, and including things that happen on that very moment, like eruptions. Only a few days ago, we were able to capture an eruption of Mount Etna in Sicily, in southern Italy, and that was a fantastic opportunity for us to see it happening, and for people on the ground to have a first-hand view of what is happening on the ground. And the scientists are very excited to get our pictures. They can see how our land changes because of natural occurrences or the interventions of the humans, and how these changes develop through the years. From one side, I look at it with longing. That is my planet. It's my beautiful planet. It's home, and I certainly want to go back. I want to go back to the land of people, to be together with my friends, my family, all the people that are dear to me. At the same time, I know that site and the space station is going to be something I will miss dearly in the years to come, until I have the opportunity to come up again. And also I will be sad to say goodbye to my colleagues. One eye will be laughing and one eye will be crying when I finally close that hatch to go back to Earth.